With all of the changes attempting to make Antorus Mythic more soloable in 9.1.5 seeming to be inside the PTR now, what better way to test this than one of my alts? With Eonar in mind, I decided to go with what most would call the slowest class and specs in the game, Death Knights, though I would argue Guardian Druids are somewhat slower if you don't sacrifice survivability, but let's not go over that. Anyways, my Death Knight is mostly geared in Korthia daily gear, as well as he was my previous auction house character, so I don't really play him. That said, it's eye level 195 with a Heart of Azeroth, barely leveled, Crucible of Flames, rank 1 inside of it, no legendaries, a speed enchant on the cloak, and of course the Death Knight enchant. Since Garroth, Fellhounds, King Garroth, and Portal Keeper had no changes, I will not go over them, but they could all be soloed in Bloodspec, no problem. Argus, on the other hand, could not be soloed at 195, but I'd say that's somewhat due to his Sweeping Scythe stacking debuff at the very end that does not drop off. They probably should look into adjusting him, but I doubt they will. That in mind, we are going to start in order with High Command. I only noticed one change during this fight personally, and that is the application of Exploit Weakness now only stacks up about half as fast as before, meaning when you were about roughly 1 minute into the fight before you were getting 10 stacks, now you're roughly going to be sitting at 5, greatly reducing the damage during this fight, making it not as much of a DPS race, and also it allows you to fully reset the stacks if you're far enough from the next commander who is being triggered. Letting it run to you is the best way to reset this debuff. Running to it, usually you'll continue to get the stacks. Moving on to Eonar, there are two changes here that significantly changes this fight and makes it much easier to solo, especially for low movement characters. The first change is that Eonar now gets double energy from monsters that are killed by her or yourself, meaning there is more room for mistakes here, but also changes up how you do this fight. Second change is final doom cast time is now 50 seconds instead of 40 seconds. As for how to do the fight now, it goes as normal where you start at the middle and kill everything using the extra action button, and going top is normal. But after killing the Destructor, and you have to kill the Felguard up there as well, by the way, you must kill both. But after that, you go back down to Eonar, you take the ramp, and you go kill just one of the dogs. You then take the ramp back and go to the Paraxis. Do the Paraxis as normal, of course waiting the roughly 1 second for the crystals to activate because that bug still exists. When picking up the crystals, you will want to end on the north side, which is the side with the pillars and chains coming out of them. But when you're picking up the crystals, you do not want to pick up the red crystal first. If you pick it up first, you will be blown up into the air as you're going back down, and you'll slowly fall and watch Eonar die to the Destructor. Otherwise, if you pick it up second, while you're DPSing the Destructor, you will be knocked up. If your DPS isn't high enough, it's okay. He still immediately attacks you, so it's not a problem. After this, head to the middle, kill until she starts to cast again. If you overkill a bit, it's fine. Then head back to the bottom section and kill whatever spawns there until you make her cast again, ignoring the ship that spawns, and this will end the fight. Really easy, and actually can be done with the Death Knight, but you do need the Psychopomp's Potion of Speed here, because default move speed with Death's Advance and Wraithrock just isn't enough to go through the Paraxis. You need that potion. Now for Imonar, the chains is classes with pets will no longer be put to sleep. Honestly, this is a quality of life change, and that's nothing else for the fight. There is no other changes here. Honestly, I would have loved to see something done about the stun traps. And apparently, you cannot immune them with Anti-Magic Cell or Icebound Fortitude. Varimathras change is kind of as expected. He no longer applies Misery, which is that healing debuff that also increased physical damage take. So you don't need to bring shield gear like the BFA Resounding Protection Armor anymore to do this fight. You just kill him. As for the Coven, was given a minor tweak here. They no longer take 99% damage reduction when next to each other. Honestly, this just speeds up the fight because before you could just kite the bosses, which, you know, they casted things which stopped them from moving, allowing you to do full damage at times when they were apart. Honestly, you just don't have to kite anymore, and it's just a quality of life thing, I guess. As for Aggramar, this is where some very nice changes happened. So most talk about his knockback being reduced. That's correct, but there's a bit more to it. So let's talk about it. Flame Rend used to do a huge knockback and then applied 5 stacks of burning range, essentially giving Aggramar 250% permanent damage increase each time he used it. This before it had that 250% stacking with all of his debuffs, but now what they have done is the minimum person for stacking in the Flame Rend is 1 person. So now instead of getting a full power knockback because not enough players are there, it's detecting, hey, there's enough players, let's do the minimum amount of knockback. And because of that change, he also no longer gets Burning Rage. Burning Rage is pretty much what killed you if you somehow survived being knocked off, because it kept stacking and stacking through the entire fight, eventually causing him to just one-shot you with all of the debuff stacking as well. This means that the fight is much easier with significantly less damage now. It was possible on my Blood DK, though I did hit the Enrage timer. Yeah, that was interesting. But anyway, there have been no other changes, nothing to BFA raids. There have been a few changes to other Legion raids, but nothing significant enough to really go over. So I will see you guys in the next video. I hope this explained the changes. Bye bye!